Okay, go back all the way to the 70s. At least I think that's right, the timing. There was just an RCM or a former intelligence person who put out a book proving my theory, my older theory of Trudeau Sr. being involved with communist China and it being a communist subversion. So what does Pierre Trudeau do? He's the one that started implementing all the UN rules in our country and started the process of mass immigrating other peoples from Europe first to kind of uh, get us used to other people being around us, like first with Italians and what other and Greeks and what other people from Europe. See, because like if they tried to do the same thing they were doing today with Trudeau Jr. Um, back then, I think they would have had a hell of a lot more of pushback. So they just eased it in, right? And fast forward to Trudeau Jr., Castro Jr., communist again, and he's here to finalize the mission, right? And what happens around then? Oh, the whole fake graves thing. So the fake graves thing happens, and they use that to push through the indigenous part of the United Nations. So that's the part that they've been using now all over the place to claim that we genocided them, and it's we need to give up our land now. We need land acknowledgements, and that's part of this. So we need to give up our land now, and now there's like court cases going through that we have to give up our land. What's part of communism in the past? The appropriation or the outlawing of private property. Why is all this stuff happening? It just so happens. Just so happens to all work out. And now Carney's in there. Carney's in there, and he's flying over to Asia, talking about a new world order. It all connects. It all makes sense. Like it makes sense why the liberal government would be taking pointers from fucking communists and Antifa. It's literally, it's kind of so, to me, it's so obvious because I've actually been paying attention for the last decade. I've been paying attention. Many people have not. It probably sounds crazy to them because they're watching CBC News all the time. But to me, it makes perfect sense. It's been a generational communist plot to subvert us. And then just as I just made the last video, like saying, like that seems like that would be the long game, because the land bridge theory, I think, is correct. Because if you look, sorry, First Nations people, but look in the mirror and then look at Asian people. And I'm not saying maybe you were the first and they went across the other way into China. I don't know. I really don't know. But even you should worry about this because you want to know why they're going to use you and you're going to think you're getting your revenge against us. And then eventually you'll be under communist rule and they're not going to give a fuck what you care about as much anymore, will they? Look at the way that they run China now. How many coal plants are there? Just like the LGBT, they use you and your desire for vengeance as a tool to subvert. And they use you and your willful ignorance, to subvert us because we stand in the way. That's why anti-hate focuses on nationalism. And why I told these nationalist guys, like going the far right way and giving them all the tools they fucking need to demonize us is stupid. And we should point out the fucking corruption and the conspiracy that could be proved if we just all worked together and focused on it and stayed away from like the fucking the American style fucking racist shit. Like, anyway, just wanted to add to that. It all fits. It all fits. And even it could even be said that like some of the stuff with like encouraging, because like if China is manipulating the UN and its policies, like they're making sure to put so many people into our country that it'll destabilize us. So once we're destabilized, they can come in and say, well, we're going to be the stewards of this area now. And besides, it's part of our tribe. The First Nations are part of our tribe in the first place. So, we own this spot now. And it would be all legal. It would be all legal in a way, in a weird, twisted UN way. And if this is the case, then like Carney and Trudeau and all of these fucking people who have been in the pocket of the communist Chinese the whole time, probably known this whole time. It's fucking insane, man. Anyway, just wanted to add more to that. Whatever, Fresk.